Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
In the weather world, we've got clearer conditions in parts of the state while we've got fog, and we're socked in with inversion conditions along the Wasatch Front. Live view from Price, we're in the upper 30s, and Castle Country, you can notice the cloud cover coming through. Our southwesterly flow provides us with a little more moisture and a little more mixing. Great shot from Alta ski area, that sun going down. Notice the clouds, and as you look, this is the layer of inversion haze for the valley. We're hopefully going to take the edge off of that with the mixing that's occurring now as we get through tomorrow and over the next couple of days. We have a few systems that are on the roll. As you looked at that satellite radar, it shows that southwesterly flow in motion. We do have a few echoes of moisture, not quite hitting the ground, but we do have cloud cover on the eastern side of the state. Some clear spots in the southwest desert, but they get a pretty active pattern as we get through the week. Here's a look at current temperatures, and it really puts that inversion into perspective because we're freezing in Salt Lake, Holiday, Bountiful, but then compare that to the Wasatch Back, where we've got low 40s in Oakley, mid 40s in Camas, and Park City is warmer than Salt Lake City. So we know our valley inversion is running the show, and we don't love that. Bad air on deck for tomorrow, unhealthy for sensitive groups in Salt Lake and Davis County, moderate air with elevated particulate matter for the rest of the Wasatch Front on the western side of the state in Box Elder and Tooele County, and in eastern Utah, where we're expecting moderate air over in the basin. We don't get much when it comes to temperature fluctuation when we have that inversion in control, but we will see those 20s, a frigid overnight with that haze sticking around. Now that will likely become fog yet again tonight and into tomorrow morning. So a heads up, freezing fog can create really icy conditions. We saw that this morning with some delays. We could see that again, especially in Davis and Salt Lake counties. Okay, White Christmas, let's talk about it. It's time. Usually by this point, it feels like we typically have snow on the ground, and we usually on Christmas will see an inch or more 20% of the time. But with snow on the ground, we usually have an inch or more than half of the time. Not the case thus far, but we do have a system on deck here. I want to show you what I mean. That high pressure sliding to the east, a little bit of a disturbance embedded in that southwesterly flow. We're watching that upper level low off the coast. I'm like, hi, move on in. That's one of the reasons that we see an unsettled pattern with the chance of wet weather in southern Utah. As we get through our Wednesday, we'll see the clouds and the slight chance of some showers. That upper level low tracks through, brings the potential to some wet weather in southern Utah, but a new system. This is hopeful. This is new, dropping in, which could impact us Saturday and into Sunday, which is Christmas Eve. And it does look to bring a little bit of moisture. Now, we could see a mix of rain and snow due to temperatures, but that could be snow for the mountains. Does that count? Why not? We need to feel festive. Winter officially starts this week, the solstice on Thursday. Here's a look at your regional forecast with those 30s. That's optimistic, folks. We know that there are some spots that won't get above freezing if this inversion doesn't budge, but we're hopeful that we see some mixing to help us out. 40s and 50s on the eastern side of the state. 50s in St. George. So we're telling you about the 30s, and your phone is telling you that you're supposed to be in the 50s. This is why we listen to the meteorologist, because we know those computer models can't pick up on that thick inversion haze that is actually keeping temperatures in a rough spot. Okay, isolated showers with wet weather down south as we get through the next 7. And here's a check on the Wasatch Front, where I'm positive I bring us to the 40s. I say, okay, air, I see you. We're not going to totally clear as we make it through the middle of the week with these weak systems coming from the southwest, but there's potential. And if we break the inversion, we could get to the mid to upper 40s Thursday and Friday. And then there's that wet weather Saturday and Sunday. I'm saying there's a chance.
There's a chance of a white Christmas.
Or we could see some rain, which at this point with the air we have,
We'll take that.
Either
let's
way,
clean
right?
it out.
Let's do
That's
it.
a good thing. Good thing.
Clean air for Christmas.
Yes, we
That's
love
a
it.
gift
That's
too.
what I'm trying to gift everybody.
Thank you, Alana.
Yes.